Hi, this video is for the end bearing in Fusion 360. This is similar to the other drawing we did, which is the bevel washer. The same steps, okay? And we're still going to do an orthographic view and a auxiliary view. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to create this base. Okay, I'm going to head and do it just kind of similar to the last video. I'm going to do the side view here. I'm going to extrude it out. Okay. Then I'm going to create my uh, profile, my plane, create this top part, extrude it, and then I'm going to create these holes. Okay, so let's get into it. So we're going to get into Fusion. Okay, and again, I'm going to make sure that I'm in inches. Then we're going to create a sketch, and we click on the front view. All right, so we're going to create that rectangle, just like that. And that rectangle is, oh, here it is, 2 inches in length and 0.44 in height. Okay, I'm going to switch this so it don't easier to pop back and forth. So let's dimension this, bring that down. That's going to be 2 inches. Height here is 0.44. I'm going to finish our sketch. Okay. The length that we need to extrude is 4.25. So go to extrude, 4.25. And then again, I'm going to make this into symmetry as a whole. Okay. And say okay. And so then my center point's right there in the center. All right. So now I need to do is create this plane so I can create this surface right here. All right. We notice that it is 60 degrees. So we're going to go into construction, plane at an angle. And our plane is going to start right at this line, at this corner. And then ask us for the degrees. I'm going to go 60. And just to make sure, I'm going to go to the side view and make sure that's kind of 60 degrees. And it is. I'm going to say okay. All right. Now, if you end up messing up, you can always come down here and edit this plane. All right. So now I'm going to create a sketch onto that plane. I'm going to go into create and project and project. I'm going to click on this edge one more time to redraw that line there. Exactly what I want. And say okay. Now let's go ahead and draw in this shape right here. Okay, so I'm going to create a circle and I want to make sure it lines up right with that center mark. Okay, we'll line up. Create my lines from the side straight down. I'm going to make sure it's 90 degrees. Do the same thing on the other side. Bring it straight down 90 degrees. Okay, then I'm going to go into my trim command and trim this part of the circle out. Now we're ready to dimension. According to this one, we're looking at that arrow right here. That's that outer edge. The radius is 0.81. So let's just do dimension. Hit that radius, 0.81. Okay. And the height is 1.44, and it's from this edge. So we're going to go to the center of the circle, to that edge, bring it over, 1.44. There we go. And I know that this should be in the middle. Okay. Should be 2.12. Let's just double check it. So I'm going to go into inspect, click the center point and that far point here, and pretty close. Okay. You're just 0.005 off, but it should be close enough. Okay. If you want a little bit better, we can hit this point here, this point, bring it straight down, and 2 point, I forgot, 12. Tiny bit. Okay, we're going to finish the sketch. Now this one's going to be a little different than the last one. Okay, so we're going to go extrude, because we're going to hit our object. And because this comes out further, it's a little hard to see, but you can see that hidden line right there. Okay. So we're going to extrude it out 1.88. Okay, 1.88. Now, since it's going in the wrong direction, the negative in front of that, and because it's going against this, I'm going to hit, instead of cut, we're going to hit join and say OK. So you can see over here it does go past, but if we go to our side view, you're going to see a part of it sticking down, and this is not what we want. Okay, so to get rid of this part, okay, we're going to select it, create a sketch, okay, which redraws that. We're going to finish, and let me go in a little bit of an angle so you can see what's going on. I'm going to hit extrude, drag that out, cut it away. So now that bottom is nice and flat. Okay, so that takes care of that part. Let's go ahead and do this inside, because you notice there's a circle within a circle, and this is that call out for it. Okay, so this inner circle has a diameter of 0.62 with a countersink of 1 inch, and it's only going down 0.62. There's two ways to do this. You could do it as two separate circles, or you can use the circle command. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and use it regular. I'm just going to do it with two circles. All right, so let's start out with the biggest circle, which is the countersink of 1 inch. So we're going to create a sketch on that surface. And I'm going to create a circle, okay, of 1 inch. Make sure that this circle is in the center point of that arc. Okay, I'm going to use concentric and hit that circle and that edge, and it automatically finds the center. Okay, so we're going to finish, and according to this, we're only going to extrude it down 0.62. So extrude that circle down, so negative 0.62. That's that circle. We're going to draw another circle right here in the middle. So I'm going to click on that back edge. Okay, that one right there. Let's create a sketch. The circle is right here in the middle. Okay, and the diameter is 0.62. So 0.62. We're going to finish the sketch. Extrude. and then I'm just going to delete it all away. Okay, so there's that hole. Okay, now we got 2 holes on the side here. So I'm going to click on that, hit create sketch. Okay, and I'm going to flip it around this way so it's easier to see. Okay, so we see we have 2 holes on each side. So let's go ahead and draw those 2 holes. One, I'm going to put it right there. I'm pretty sure that's the right location. Okay. That hole, the 2 holes, 1, 2, has a diameter of 0.62. So dimension that circle, 0.62. And then I'm just going to use my equal constraint and say that circle is equal to that circle. And just in case, I want that circle to be aligned with that circle. Got it. This will help with dimensioning if they're both aligned with each other. Okay. We notice that this center of the circle is 1 inch from the front. So I go to my dimension, hit the center, the front edge. Let's bring this over, and it's 1 inch. So nothing I can do about that one. Okay. The distance between the 2 circles are 2.88. Okay, so we go from this circle to this circle, 2.88. When you do the dimensions, make sure you hit that little white dot. Okay, but now we got to center them. And according to this dimension right here, okay, it's 1.44 from the center point of the circles here. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, so center of that circle, I'm going to come over here and see I'm not getting anything. Okay, so if I go into construct and turn that last one on, okay, and I keep going until I see a little dot pop up, almost right there. So we can hit that one. Okay, so sometimes, yeah, you got to go back 1.44. 1.44. Okay, so when that's all done, we can go back and hide all these guys. We don't need them anymore. Leave that one on because that's the one you're actually working on. Let's close that. All right, so let's go ahead and finish sketch. We're going to extrude to 2 circles, and we're going to cut them all the way. Okay, next we get to do all these fillets, all these rounds. Okay, and it looks like along this edge, around, and then the corners are all the same. So we have this note here that says fillet and rounds are a radius of 0.12. Okay, so I'm going to use my fillet command. I'm going to do this all in once. I'm going to hit this very line. Okay, don't hit the surface. You're going to hit the line. Okay, and I'm just going to go around. Okay, I'm going to hit the corners. Flip your box the other direction. Do the same thing. Do the corners. All the way around. And it is 0.12. Say, okay. All right, so that finished the actual drawing of the object. I'm going to go ahead and set this up to create our auxiliary view, which is going to be right here. So we're going to put our front view here. That's going to be our top, and our auxiliary view is going to be right here. Okay, but I got to create that auxiliary view. So I'm going to come down here to look at, click on the beveled edge here. Okay, you don't want to change it. And come up to view name, right click, new view name. And there we go. So I hit it one more time, and I'm just going to call it an auxiliary view. Okay, AUX for short. All right, so let's go ahead and save this. Okay. This is the end bearing. Kind of skipped my mind here. Okay, we're going to create our object or our orthographic view. So we're going to go to File, New Drawing, from Design. Again, make sure your units are in inches. Paper size is 11 by 8.5. Okay, we'll wait for this to pop up. There we go. So there's my front view. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Nope. Let's try 2. Oh, let's try 1. Let me get good size here. And yeah, we'll go with it. Okay, since we're not dimensioning, I'll go with it. So I'm going to place my base view. Say OK. To do my top view, I'm going to do projected view. Click on my base view and bring it straight up. Okay. So I don't have enough room. Okay. So maybe what I should do is flip this view around. So if I double click, I come to my orientation, and let's just move it to the right view. Okay, that gives me a lot more, but then I don't really get that good auxiliary. So let's switch that back to the front. Okay, and we'll just lower the scaling down. Let's go back down to 2. That will work. Okay, and then I can bring this down. All right. To do my auxiliary, I come up here to base again, and then under orientation, I'm going to hit auxiliary. And let's go with the same scale, 1 to 2. Bring it over. I like to kind of bring it kind of like at an angle, because that's what auxiliary views are. They're more of an angle. Okay. So let's label this. So we're going to draw a little text box right there. Didn't see what it did. I hit that A up there. Click. AUX. That's pretty small. Okay. I'm going to come over here to height. Let's change that to 2.25. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so you're just going to come up here to save. All right, and that's your auxiliary view. Okay. With the drawing, I'm not requiring dimensions. I want to get you go into the auxiliary view. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you next time.